you've got a great idea and you're not quite sure where should you manufacture? Should you go over to China, have it manufactured over there, or should you have it made in the USA? Watch this video and find out. Okay, everybody, I'm back with a good friend of mine, Rick. How are you? You're the genius behind the great plate. Thank you for coming back to inventRight TV.
Thank you, Stephen. Thank you.
When we socialize, we usually have food and drink in every event. So whether it's an event with adults or children or even elderly individuals, the great plate is a great accessory because you can manage the food and the beverage all at once. Kids will be kids, and when they're eating and drinking, as we know, there are spills, they're reaching, they're moving around, they're getting up and down from the table. So with Great Plate, it eliminates all of those messes. It eliminates the worries and the messes and the cleaning up that we've had before Great Plate.
So these are very clever. So it has a place to hold your items and your drink itself.
This is the Great Plate.
I love this.
Thank you for that, because it's like the little things in life.
Yes.
This is great for kids that are always spilling stuff, even for elderly too that maybe need a little bit more stability. They stack one on top of each other.
And then you put
great
your
for
drink right in the middle.
18 bucks for a 6-pack. Also, they float in a pool. They're made in the USA, dishwasher safe, and P.S. pro tip, they double as a frisbee.
Okay, I want to start at the very beginning because this product is so smart. I want you to talk a little bit about your product, the Great Plate, and how you came up with it.
Well, it's strictly necessity is the mother of invention. We had never set out to do this, forged a lot of friendships over the way, and we just wanted to find a product that solved a problem, tipping beverages and keeping your food in one place. So actually, the new plate that's out is the square version of the same one. Oops. Yeah, there we go.
Perfect.
Sorry for technology changes. But yeah, we made it 30%.
Wait a minute. So Rick, what are you at a picnic? You at a party? You got your cup, you got your plate. You go, hey, how does this work? Is that how you came up with it?
We had messy kids, and we didn't have the corner on that market. And basically, they were spilling things, and we needed to find a way to do it. We went to the store, we went to the Amazon, and they didn't find it. So we invented it.
Okay, so how do you go from you come up with this idea? Did you build I think I've seen the prototypes before. In fact, I'll find those. It's pretty basic. It's made out of wood, isn't it? Is it a wood prototype?
Yeah. It was a resin mold that we just heated it up, and we melted some high impact polystyrene over it. So that was it. That was before the vogue of 3D printing.
So what gave you the confidence to go forward on something like this?
Well, let me search a little bit for that one. I mean, I think there was a lot to it, but basically it was, let's just try it. Let's just give it a shot. What the stick-to-itiveness was is you invest some of your retirement money into it. Now you got to stay with it. So
that's kind of risky, isn't
it? It depends upon what you value risk at, Stephen. I mean, if it's your marriage or your retirement or something else, it's been a good run. Let's just put it to you that way. We had to do some thinking, and you were instrumental in it because you asked a lot of questions. Can it do this? Can it do this? Can it do this? So here we are.
Well, thank you so much. You sent this to me a long time ago. This is a gold Great Plate. Now, why is it gold? Why did you send this to me?
That signifies our 1 millionth plate. In fact, you now hold the 1 millionth plate in your hand. Since that time, we've now moved to the 1 millionth square 1 millionth gold cup, and the coaster. So total product is per plate is well over 7 million units. So it's right about $30 million in retail sales. It's not phase 10 yet, but we're getting close.
Well, that's a whole nother story, isn't it? I think you're getting really close. So I want to know a little bit about, so you built this first prototype. It sounds like you didn't have experience launching products.
No,
okay.
No, we're bankers.
Oh, you're bankers. Okay. So you build this first one, and what do you do next? Do you have a CAD drawing, or what do you do?
Yeah, we had a CAD drawing done, and then we had a mold quoted, and it was a prototype mold for $50,000.
Oh, okay.
And it was a domestic mold. And then basically I asked the plastic injection molder people, said, what happens if this doesn't work? And he was very patient, very kind. He said, you have an expensive boat anchor. And it's like, oh my word, what do you do at this point? So,
So
and
I want to talk about that. Why didn't you go overseas?
I didn't know that I could go overseas. I went to my plastics injection molder. He worked with this die company, this tooling company. It was a local tooling company, and that's who we went with. The same applies to the questions, why didn't we license it? I didn't know licensing was an option. So, I mean, I did everything probably the way you shouldn't do it.
Well, it seems to be working quite well. So are you still using the same manufacturer today than we first started, or did you change?
We changed. The company got sold, and we're actually on our third manufacturer. And
Oh,
the second one was Senator Ron Johnson up in Oshkosh, and he spent more time in politics. He sold his company, but he made sure that we had a very comfortable transition.
okay.
Senator Ron Johnson is a very big proponent of American manufacturing, so he helped us a lot in the transitioning.
So Rick, now that, at the very beginning you weren't seasoned, so that's why you started with the US, but you've been doing this for a long time now.
10 years to be an overnight success, yes.
Okay. So why haven't you gone overseas?
One reason is COVID. I mean, when COVID hit, we invested in robotics. So basically, a human does not even touch this part.
Okay.
And now, based on quoting it overseas, we can make it less in the US than what we could make it in China. Plus the logistics, 30 days on the water, we can respond in half the time to what we could have overseas. So this fall, we quoted Walmart, and we actually took a couple products out of Walmart for this spring based on the pricing.
So you got the costs down lower or the same price or even lower, and it's faster than putting things on the water. And especially since manufacturing looks like it's going to get maybe a little tougher this
Yep.
next couple years, that was pretty smart move.
Well, I think it was a survival move, Stephen. It was something that needed to be done because at the time COVID was going on, our labor rates were going up 50 and 60%. So we couldn't control that. And we didn't I make a very bad hostage. And I just decided that we'd just do the CapEx expenditure and put the robots in. And you know how cost effective they are, and they can be scaled. So basically, we were able to change the robots from the round plates to the square plates to the cups, and we can go 24 hours a day on that type of production. The hourly rate of the operator was more, but the efficiency was a lot higher with the robots.
Okay. Does it feel pretty comfortable that you can visit your manufacturing facility here rather than go all the way to China? Does that
It
help?
certainly helps when you solve problems because sometimes you have a breakdown and you want to make sure that people are being straight with you. Our manufacturer is exactly an hour away from our door. So I frequently go there and to check out what's going on and what production is and to troubleshoot it.
Okay.
Now we're in the process of buying additional tooling and we know what that scale is going to look like.
Wow. So what retailers are you currently in at the moment?
Most of the retailers that we have right now are going to be new for this fall. We're looking at Walmart and we're looking at Sam's Club. Those are the two primary ones. We're always been in Buc-ee's. But the interesting thing about the retail marketplace is we were in a place called Shopko. Shopko went bankrupt. We were in a place called Bed Bath & Beyond. Bed Bath & Beyond went bankrupt. And I don't want to hazard some guesses on some of the other retailers that are having some challenges because it's a little fortuitous, but some of them have scaled back dramatically, and it's not because of the looks of our product. I mean, one of our last runs of last year, we had 48 reviews, and we were at 4.7 out of 5 stars. And that's phenomenal. And we were very happy with that. So stay tuned. There's a lot more cool stuff that's on the horizon for us.
Okay, let's talk about QVC. What's that like?
QVC is good. We may have reached a little bit of saturation with them because basically we've supplied that product a number of years, actually 6 years. We went from the round plate to the square plate to some variety of colors that are in there in the process.
Right.
Not to talk disparagingly about QVC, but their customer base is smaller than it was.
Okay.
And HSN was purchased by QVC where they bought their #1 competitor out. So Amazon's placing a big market on that, and Walmart marketplaces as well.
Yeah, okay. Let's talk about the square plate. Why do you go from round to square? What's up with that?
30% larger. I have a cutout portion in the end for a wine glass. The other thing that was cool about it, the plate that you're holding, people said it was great for kids. So now that I have the cutout for the wine stem on this one, they now say you can adult with it by putting your stemmed wine glass in it. And they really like that piece. So 30% larger, you can put larger food on it. And one of the advantages is it doesn't fly like the round one does. That was a problem in the concessionaire world because it flew all the way across the stadium at Camp Randall. So,
So if someone was just starting out, what would you recommend them do?
well, let me give you that story, because when you and I spoke at the University of or Michigan State, we had a young man that came up to me, and he was very appreciative of the presentation, and he said, "All due respect, Mr. Kellow, you got lucky. This plate is the perfect plate. Nobody can do any better than this." I said, "I'm going to challenge you to do it better." He said, "I can't, because this product is patented. Everything is perfect." 6 months later, QVC told me that they needed a new plate. All new patents, everything. That's when we came out with the square plate. So had he heeded my advice and developed a new product, or tried to develop a new product, it would have been this. We sell 7 of these for every one of the round plates now. So that's where it's just totally, so make it better, make it better, make it better. That would be the encouragement that I have in the process. The other thing was the numbers are staggering from how many people took it from a provisional patent, because you know that's a step up again from just a drawing, and nobody took it all the way to a design or utility patent in that process. Just keep moving forward.
Well, it seems like you're doing a good job with that. You're listening and you're moving new technology. It seems like you've gone through some ups and downs along the way with retailers, but that doesn't seem to stop you. Nothing stops you, does it?
We try to keep moving forward. It's a tenacity thing that's out there, but well, we need to pay our bills, Stephen. So that it is a big motivator at that point.
That's amazing. Rick, thank you very much. Thank you for this. Thank you for all the hard work and everything that you're doing to help all of us entrepreneurs out there. Really appreciate it very, very much.
Blessed to be a part of whatever you do, Stephen. Thank you so much for including us.
All right. Thank you.
You bet.
Okay. You've got a great idea and you want to get it to the right companies, but you realize it's not that easy to do and you want the pros to do it. We have a new program at inventRight. It's called Gateway, where we find the right companies to license your product idea to, and we reach out to them and make sure we're getting to the right people. We're going to handle all the heavy lifting for you, and when that licensing agreement comes over, we're going to help negotiate it to make sure it's fair and balanced. This program is called Gateway. If it sounds like something you're interested in, please give us a call.